showing you how to make homemade primer. Looks just like this. I don't know if you can actually see that, but yeah. So it's going to look like this. So the items you'll need is lotion, Vaseline, foundation or concealer, a container. You can get these anywhere. I got mine from Ulta. And I'm going to be putting some alternate like bronzer in it sort of stuff. I don't know what it's called. But yeah. And you're gonna need something to start with. I'm gonna use a golf tee. So yeah. So here we go. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna take your container, put it down, take your foundation, pour just a little bit in there. Okay, that should be good. And I'm just using for my two I'm using this CoverGirl Clean Oil Control. I got this at Ulta, so yeah. And I'm just using one of these. It's just like the end of the stick thing. So just get that all over the bottom and stuff. Next thing I want to do is take your lotion, squirt some in there. I'm going to fill about almost halfway full. Then what you're going to do is take some Vaseline. Make sure the end of your tip is clean. Just get about, that much. And just scrape it on in there. And yes. So now I'm going to stir it. I'm going to be using this end of the golf tee. So a lot of people say this doesn't work, but trust me, honestly, I compared this to NYX or Potion. And those things are the full size bottle is about $20 and you hardly get any. And I mean, it works great and everything, but why would you pay $20 when you can just make your own? And this does work because I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm just stirring it. I'm going to add a little bit more lotion. If you don't have lotion, you can use cocoa butter or body butter. It doesn't really matter. And those are thicker. And this isn't really thick yet, and you want it to be thick. So that's why you add Vaseline. So it's coming along. You just keep on adding more and more lotion. So that should be good, and then you're just going to stir it till you get that color of, yeah. So I'm going to add a little bit more foundation. So I'm just going to add about a drop or so more, just to get the color I want. Keep on stirring it, because primer is actually a dark, sort of light brown. But yeah. And this is actually a really cheap way. I know I use lotion because I have lotion and cocoa butter. But lotion, I love lotion. So yes. And you need just a plain lotion, not like a Victoria's Secret Senate. That won't work. So yes. So this is our result. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of this. I don't know what it's called. It just came from a little container. And it looks just like this. Just this powder. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that into there. So I'm just going to take my little stick stir, but I'm going to wipe it off really good. And just put a decent amount in there. And I would recommend changing, if you make your homemade primer, change it about I changed mine probably about 3 weeks. So now that powder's in there, it looks just like that. Just keep on stirring it, and that also helps make it way thick. So make sure it's all crushed up, and I actually crushed it before I put it in there. So work. So just keep mixing it. Use this one to crush it. So just keep mixing it till you get satisfied. And if it's not thick enough, just add a little bit more of Vaseline. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Here. Okay, so just gonna add about that much more. So the key is thick, but not too thick. So there we go. Just gonna stir this in. And this takes about a few minutes. Doesn't really take that long. I know my video's long, but that's because I had to show you all the materials and stuff. So that should be good. And that's your final result. Your homemade own primer. So now what we're going to do, I'm just going to wipe off the edges so it doesn't get stuck when you put the cap on. Like I said, I got this at Ulta. I got 12 of them for about $6. Pretty good price. I don't know if you guys have Ultas there, so if you don't, you could just go to a Mac store. I know the Mac stores have them. So, yes. Just going to wipe off this top. And I'd recommend putting a sheet down so your surface area doesn't get all dirty. So, yeah. So, I'm going to show you guys if this really works or not. And I'm using dark brown. And I'm just going to test it. So, that's without primer. Then I'm just going to put a little primer on. And rub it in really good. And that's with primer. So, yes. I don't know if you can see the big difference, but there's a very big difference. So, that's the difference. And then you have your homemade primer. I'd recommend putting a date on the back to tell you when you made this so you can remake it. So, here's a little homemade primer. Stay tuned if you want to click the next video. I'm going to show you guys how to make these little paper bracelets. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe, rate, and comment.